should be able to. What the heck? What's the problem then? Maybe it's, hold on, sorry. Already starting off scuffed. Love to see that. Oh, there we go. Now I can hear it. Okay, short stream today. I don't know if I should just get started. I did this kind of early because, like, I know this is earlier than people expect of me, and also I don't really want to deal with, like, a fast chat when I'm talking about this because I'm gonna get distracted. I just kind of want to speak freely, and I'll be saving the VOD and stuff, so, you know, if people miss it, you can come back and watch it. But yeah, a lot has happened. Boy, do I do love me some drama. Arcos, oh my god. Arcos is not even up to speed on the latest one from today. Arcos is up to speed on the previous one. Oh, jeez. Came here at the speed of light. Hello, Snow. I'm glad to see you in here. Can I just say, the latest? Jesus fucking, yeah, exactly. Can I just say, I don't want to be, like, crazy and weird with excessive compliments, but I am super thankful for Snow joining when you did, because the vibes really needed your energy. I'm telling you. Sorry, if you hear that noise, it's my cat trying to climb my bed. We needed your good vibes in this community, so I'm thankful for that. I'm here editing a video and you're getting into more drama. The thing is, I don't get into drama. I try not to. It's just been happening. That's the thing. I guess, like, okay, when you're, like, kind of running a community in a way, any drama that happens inevitably becomes your drama, even if you don't want it to be. So that's kind of what's happening, I think. I really don't like being a drama person. At all. And I really hope this is, like, the last time I have to do this. Also, I should probably switch. I'm hoping this is the last time I ever have to do this. I don't usually do serious streams. I try to keep it light. I try to keep it fun. Sometimes we talk about serious topics, but I still try to keep the vibes good. Funny, because those who tend to avoid drama are usually the ones who get caught up in it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It just seemed to be like a series of events that kept happening all at the same time. Let me activate the one series bone in my body real quick. I hope you know those few times where I was like, yes, kill Loris. I was just completely fucking around. I got problems. Oh, no, we can tell. Trust me. I feel like we can tell. Arcos, you have been, like, I have never had any problems with you. I just want to put that out in the air. I never got any weird vibes from you, you know? So that's good. Me, oh goodness. I do hope this is the last time we'll have to do something like this, but if my community grows, probably not. But this is a huge learning experience. So I'm just going to try to handle this the best way I can, but at the end of the day, I am one individual, and I'm not going to handle everything perfectly. But yeah, a couple things have happened this past, like, month and a half, I guess. Well, it's been, like, over the course of a month, right? Even though it's, like, bled into April, it's kind of started in March, where we had one person come in, chat, and they had found me through a project. I won't say what project. And by the way, I'm not going to mention any of these individuals by name because I just don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want to, you know, I don't want this to turn into a shit talking fest. By the way, you can see my boy. I don't want this to turn into shit talking or anything like that. Like, I do my fair amount of shit talking, but I don't want it to be public. I don't want to put anyone on blast or anything like that. But I also feel like I should be allowed to talk freely about some things that happened involving people. But I just won't name names. But the first individual found me through a project. Started talking in chat, and the first day, it was kind of like uncomfortable language, and it wasn't really meshing with the kind of energy that we already had. It was a lot of like oversharing. And by the way, I just want to say, if any of you want to open up about something happening to you or going on in your life or anything at all, I'm okay with that. And you know, we even have a channel in the server specifically for that. But doing it on day one, and also we don't really know you that well yet, it's just a little uncomfortable, and sometimes it can come across as like trauma dumping as well. And you know, there's a time and place for that, and if you want to like open up about something, just make sure that people are already comfortable with you. And you know, it's just a lot of like reading the room stuff. I think most of the issues we've had as of late have been like issues with not reading the room. But yeah, it was and he was also expressing some weirdly like violent language towards somebody I was and am currently working with, because he found me through that project. Apparently he had been like stalking that project, and that's how he found me. But he wasn't like, he doesn't get along with the project owner, so it's kind of strange to come in my chat and then immediately like talking. He said something about, this guy's should be glad he's on the other side of the country from me, because if he wasn't, his face would be black and blue or something like that. And I was like, whoa, that's a little bit too much. Folding clothes to not gonna be chat too much, that's no problem, Night. Honestly, I kind of want chat to be a little slower today. Oh yeah, so it was really strange. And then he also mentioned something about how if prompted, I would definitely put a hole in someone's head if somebody pushed me enough. And it's just like, this is not like day one stuff you say to somebody, especially as a man in a female streamer's chat. By the way, I use like feminine pronouns and ways to describe myself sometimes, but I am non-binary. I only came to terms with that like a month ago. But you will see me sometimes calling myself a female, but that's just like to hammer home like a point of like, this is shit that I have to deal with since I'm feminine presenting. And men don't have to deal with some of the stuff that I do, and they never will. But yeah, that was a weird situation. And I like didn't really know what to do, and I probably handled it incorrectly. What I should have done is after stream reached out to the person, was like, hey, what you were saying was kind of uncomfortable, and I just be aware of that in the future. But I just instead was like, I just felt really, really off about this person, so I just blocked and kind of banned him from chat, which I think was not the great move, because like later on he DM'd me and was like, I'm kind of disappointed that it seemed like somebody banned me, can you tell me what's going on? And then I had to like step out and explain to this person why and all the reasons, and it was really, really uncomfortable, and I didn't enjoy doing that. And like when somebody makes me uncomfortable, like the last thing I want to do is to keep talking to them and keep explaining to them, which kind of plays into the next event that happened. But I kind of did that, and thankfully it seems like that's been resolved. It hasn't reached out to me since, and hasn't showed up in chat, so that's all good, thankfully. And I don't think he's like a bad guy. He just doesn't seem to be able to read the room or make good first impressions. But at the same time, I also just like don't really want that kind of energy, you know? So it's just about like Snow, for example, if you said something, if you started opening up about something in chat right now, I would be very sympathetic, I think, because like you've been in chat a few times, and even though you're still relatively new, I feel like you're a trustworthy person. So it's just like a lot of just like, does this person know me, and is this person comfortable with me, and should I say this right now? You know, just like you know, social cues, right? social cue stuff. And I also understand that a lot of the people I'm talking about and I've had problems with in this community could possibly be neurodivergent. So I understand that, and I also want to be sympathetic to that, and I don't want to make it come across like I'm kicking somebody out or shunning them because they have a hard time with context clues and stuff like that. I don't want it to come across that way, but at the same time, like, if that interferes with other people's, like, if that makes other people uncomfortable, it also needs to be addressed and taken care of, right? Like, because we have a couple other people who are neurodivergent. Ariel talks about it a lot. I'm not on the spectrum, but I have ADHD, so, like, you know, sometimes I do also have trouble with socializing, because that's part of it. So I want to be sympathetic to that, but at the same time, it's a hard balance between wanting to be understanding, but also not wanting that person to make other people uncomfortable. And it's really something I don't know how to deal with still, but I'm just trying to do what I think is best. Possibly neurodivergent, yes, either that I'm just weird. Yeah. And I might, like, you know, contact Ariel, and it's definitely neurodivergent here, but it's not an excuse either to act like an ass. Yeah, I agree. So it's a hard thing to figure out how to deal with, but I'm doing my best. And if I deal with anything incorrectly, I'm open to people telling me what I should do better. Because I know that one stream where I kind of got fired up, I was overreacting for sure. I'm a human being, and I just kind of got fed up. But I probably shouldn't have streamed that day in the first place. So I will acknowledge if I am doing something wrong, you know, or going over the top. I even apologized, like, the other day to the third person we'll talk about, because I thought I was being too mean. Even though it was, like, banter, but I was like, I feel like I'm being too mean, so I think I should apologize, you know? I definitely have autism. I made some dumb mistakes in the past. But that's why you don't get weird vibes, because I did make those mistakes. I learned from them. That makes sense, yeah. That's good. I'm really glad you learned from them. That's awesome. Not a lot of people can do that, you know? It's actually kind of rare. Oh, hold on. Let me get rid of not get rid of. Oh my god, that was such a bad way of saying it. Let me let the cat out cuz he wants to go. Okay, so I think that covers the first thing. This person never joined the server, so we didn't have to deal with any of that. Second person did join the server, but is still cat in danger. No, I just let him out. Second person did join the server and was in the community for a bit of time. I don't really know how long, but it was, you know, this person was notable in the community. And I think a few people felt a little strangely about their language, because there was like a lot of talk about, like, I don't know, this person just seemed like a little quirky and strange, and I totally will accept quirky and strange in this community. I mean, I'm definitely, like, you know, a little weird sometimes. I mean, Fuzzy has his little quirks, you know, so I'm fine with that. But they just ended up going a little too far one time. Basically, we had, like, a little gathering in the server, which I like to have sometimes. Sometimes I just like it being stress-free and not showing my webcam, and also keeping it to people I'm familiar with. So instead of streaming on here, I'll just, like, stream in the server, like I did yesterday, playing games. And so we did that, and so this person joined and kept requesting to speak. I was like, all right, not yet, maybe in a bit I'll let you talk. And at a certain point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get snacks, but if anybody wants to take over and chat, then I'll let you join. And so the second person joined and was talking for a bit. I got my snacks. I came back and they were like it was like strange, like rants. Well, first off, it started normal, so I was like, okay, just keep going, like keep your monologue in. And it was started off pretty normal, so I was like, oh, he's kind of spitting, you know. But then it kind of devolved into some strange and really uncomfortable and almost creepy ramblings. And I know, like, some people maybe like want to have this like creepy like persona that they put on, like a character they want to put on and stuff like that. But it was kind of uncomfortable. Like it was saying something like some people, what was he saying? Some people like to act tough, but as soon as they have a weapon pointed at them, they start screaming and crying like everybody else. And then he was saying something like, people should just be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. And it was like rants and rambling and like just like, it was like a monologue almost. It was like he was giving a speech. And we were kind of just sitting there in the chat, like listening to this and like, and it was also my mistake for encouraging it too. So I've learned from that. But it was just really creepy. And at one point, I made a joke, because we all make jokes about each other. We're comfortable like that. And I thought he was comfortable like that, but I was wrong. I made a particular joke that probably shouldn't have made in the first place, but he got really, really offended. And he like started yelling at me in the middle of the rant. But we were kind of just like, okay, this is really uncomfortable right now, and I don't know how I feel about this person being in here any longer. And so I kind of just left, and I had just came off of the situation before with the other guy, who I had to like explain to him why he was uncomfortable, and I didn't really want to deal with that anymore. And I was just like, I want to stop, like I want to like avoid talking to weird people right now, like, because it's just not like something I want to deal with. So that I was saying that because I was in like a voice chat, and Stickman was like, Stickman basically was like, no, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Which, like, it's strange. Okay, Stickman's a minor. In hindsight, like, I feel like I probably should have just taken care of it myself. But Stickman was like, I'll take care of it. I should have put it on the other person, to be honest, to deal with it. Because the other person is a grown adult and a man. But Stickman just took it upon himself to reach out to the person, and the person was like, well, what he didn't really understand what he did wrong at first, but then was like, you know, I'm kind of disappointed because it's like, I feel like the adults in the chat should have reached out to me instead of the child. And that's what he said to Stickman. And Stickman felt patronized. I felt like I don't know why it should be my responsibility to talk to somebody who's made me personally uncomfortable if I don't want to talk to them. And also, Stickman is a mod, so that he has every right to contact somebody who is being out of place in the community. So that was kind of like a big red flag. And so they just took it upon themselves and left, and that was pretty much it. And that was the end of that. And that was pretty recent too. That was like within the past week. And after that, we were like, wow, it's drama month, huh? A lot of stuff is happening. But oh boy, were we not prepared for number 3. I don't think anybody was prepared for this next one. Oh boy. I myself have a creepy villain persona that I use for some videos, but it's nothing close to that. Like, wow, yeah. And I feel like I can also tell when it's like a persona and when it's like actually weird, right? Because if you can turn off the persona, that means that you are just simply playing a character. But if you're doing it constantly, it starts to bleed into your real personality, and it's uncomfortable. This person didn't really turn off the persona. If it was a persona, I don't know, but they didn't really turn it off, so it was hard to tell, sometimes. And came number 3. This one is honestly the saddest one to me, to be honest, because this person I've talked to since November, and I feel like has betrayed me pretty deeply, because I helped this person with so much, with his Twitch, with setting everything up, with voice acting, with his setup. I almost sold him my mic to help him get better audio quality for a cheap price, because I consider this person a friend. So I'm not trying to make a joke of all this. I just only have one serious one in my body. You're good. Literally helped him with everything. And I didn't really even ask for much in return. I'd never actually, don't think I ever asked for anything in return. And I was kind of used as like a tech support, almost, in a way. And I feel like he's done this with a few other people, but yeah. So this one is tough because he's been in the community since November, and even though I don't want to say their name, I do feel like I have to use masculine pronouns to describe him, because he does go by he, him, and also because I think him being a man is very important in this story, because it explains a lot. But recently I was getting a little concerned because early on when we were talking, it was pretty normal at first. He was complimenting me a lot, but I was like, oh, he seems just to be just like a really friendly person who likes complimenting people. And then he was starting to get a little bit flirty and making some kind of flirtatious jokes. And I checked our chat history like the past few days to see. I did tell him I was gay before he started flirting. I said, I'm gay. But for some reason, he tried to claim that he thought I was bi when I was like, hey, I'm actually gay. Like, this is something I'm interested in. So there isn't really an excuse for not knowing, because I did tell him. But it started to get a little flirtatious, and he was talking about another girl who was flirting with him. And I said jokingly, because it was very casual. It was very casual at the time. I was like, oh, you got some Riz, huh? And it was just kind of teasing, playful. And I have a problem where, like, sometimes I come across as teasing or playful or, like, friendly, and maybe some guys will interpret it as flirting, but that's not what I intend it to be. And then he said something like, does it work on you too? And then I was like, I'm gay, so no. That's what I said. And then I thought you were bi, as if it makes it any better. And then he said, I thought you were bi. And then we kind of stayed friends after that. But I was like, that was kind of a little uncomfortable, especially since you and me are similar in that. Yeah. Just a little uncomfortable, especially because I had to deal with that with another member in the community who isn't really here as much. But the difference was he didn't even know I was gay, and he, like, honestly, I think handled it really well. He, like, almost like a little too well, in that I didn't want him to fully leave, but he like he like really took it to heart and definitely changed, and and didn't do that stuff anymore. And thankfully this person who I'm talking about now never flirted with me after the fact. Guys also used to like me in high school because I was so friendly. It's really, they can't seem to understand the difference between being friendly and flirting, and that's part of the message I tried to hammer home. So let me actually just read out what I sent to this person. I won't read out their messages because I don't think revealing DMs like that is something I should do. Because I just don't want to, out this person. But I'll read what I said because I think it covers how I felt about the situation. So basically, I was talking in DMs about my friend Ariel, And Ariel, he mentioned that he used to have a crush on her, and I was like, okay, like I don't know how I feel about this. I remembered he had mentioned another female in the server that he and this person were talking. So I was like, okay, it happened to me. Now it happened with Ariel. Who is what did he mean by talking with this other person? Because we were the only 3 like females or like feminine people in the Discord server. Knight is gender fluid, also has a boyfriend. So, you know, he probably backed off there with both of those. But I was like a little weirded out. So I found that message, I sent a screenshot, and I was like, if you don't mind me asking, what do you mean by this and what happened? Basically, he said that it was one-sided flirting and that it wasn't connecting, so it just ended. And then he said he liked her. And I was like, one-sided flirting for all 3 of us. This is something I need to address. And at that point, I was fed up with everything happening, that I feel like I probably wouldn't have been as confrontational. But I just felt the need to say something. I'm usually not a very confrontational person, but I was like Snow had recently joined the server, and I was honestly really concerned because I've seen him in Snow's chat. So I was really worried. He went off and slayed. And I just my heart sank at the thought of it, to be honest. So this is what I said. I'll read it word for word. Okay, kids, if you want me to be honest, I'm starting to get a little concerned with the way you interact with women in this space. First me, then Ariel, then I don't know if I want to reveal this person. I think Ariel will be okay with it, but I don't know if I want to reveal the third person. I don't know. It seems like you can only look at women on here as potential romantic partners or something. Maybe that's not really the case, and I know you pulled back after I said I'm gay, but 3 times is really getting me concerned. When I said I'd send a sniper team in FBI, I said that because we were in a voice chat and I was talking about Ariel, and I was like, if you try to riz up Ariel, I will send the sniper team. I'll send the FBI. I'll send the U.S. Army. I told him that. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that to Ariel. Ariel has had to deal with enough men, and Ariel is not interested in men. Do not fucking talk to her like that. Like, I was really, dead set. I was, really, don't do that. Don't even talk to her anymore at all, to be honest. So, when I said I'd send the sniper team and FBI, I was half joking, but I'm very protective of the women in my life. Now that Snow is in the server, and I see you in her chat, I'm a little worried too. Please remember that women are people. This is not a dating app. This is a gathering for people to make friends and chill. If you want to find romance, please look elsewhere. And then I said, sorry if this comes across a little harsh, but I'm a huge proponent of protecting and treating women with respect. I was literally the president of a female-led club. I was president of Women in Gaming at UC Davis. So I really don't take kindly to stuff like this on people I'm close to. Next message she sent was a lot of excuses, to be honest. Looking back, it was I think it was a lot of oh, I don't see you as any more than a friend. And then it was, oh, I'm just trying to find new communities with Snow's chat. I'm not doing anything there. He was never active, but now that since we realized he's talking to me more again. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. Yeah. Yes. He was very oh, I didn't mean it that way. But I can see if he basically was I can see that's the image I made out for myself. If I made you or anyone else uncomfortable, I understand. And stuff like that. I don't want to read it word for word because I just don't feel like that's disingenuous. And then I responded because he was confused, what do you mean by, oh, I'm in the red zone? Is this stream still? Uh-oh. Why am I in the red zone? Can you still hear me? I remember that night, yeah. Okay, I'm good? Okay, it's back in green. So he was I'm confused on how I interacted with you. I know you don't want to reveal names, but can you give a yes or no as to whether I know who this is? If you DM me, I'll give you a yes or no. He can say that, but he did legit think you were bi at one point when you made it clear you aren't interested. Yeah. And then I said, you did make me uncomfortable early on, and I remember early on when we were talking, you mentioned something about should I get out the ring and propose, and does my Riz work on you too, which I already talked about, and I can see that pretty clearly. I'm really glad you ended up becoming a good friend though, and you respected my boundaries after that, but I just want you to pull back on doing this on so many women and female presenting people that you talk to. And then I said, I don't think you're seeing the root issue here, because I really didn't think he would. Maybe it's time. Okay, this one's really going off. The ring, yeah. Yeah. So I was kind of going off here, but I was really just like fed up. Maybe it's time to reflect on the way you view women in general. Neither me, Ariel, or female person number 3 were receptive to romance. Girls who are simply being nice to you are not flirting, and if you develop feelings for seemingly every woman you talk to, that's also a problem. I think you are capable of being a great romantic partner for someone in the future, but when you keep trying to seek that online, and especially among my close friend circle, it isn't a great look. I know you said you're just trying to find new communities, but how long before this becomes a crush too? How am I supposed to believe it won't be when it's happened with 3 people already? And then I said, also, the whole me and female number 3 are chill now. If you want a piece of advice, girls are really good at masking their uncomfortability with a person. Just because you think it's all okay because after she rejected your advances, who's to say that she wasn't a little uncomfortable after the fact? Just be careful, because although I do think it's important to shoot your shot, when it's not reciprocated, you can strain a relationship with someone. And honestly, I highly, highly advise against flirting with anyone on the server, on Twitter, and anyone you can't just drive to in your own state. That's what I said. And then the next message was full of a shit ton of I'm sorries. I didn't realize I was making you uncomfortable. Social cues. I'm sorry. A lot of I'm sorry. Maybe I was a little harsh with this next message, but I feel like it's also the truth. I said, I appreciate the apology, but I don't know if you know this, but I always prefer action over apologies. You can say sorry 100 times, but I just want to make sure you actually take the steps to analyze and change your behavior with women. Please just keep it chill with Ariel, with blank, with Snow, and any other potential femme presenting person who enters the space. As long as you can do that, you're all good, and I accept the apology. And that's what I said. And then he said, of course, you got it. And then that was pretty much our last interaction ever. Not hearts go up. That was our last interaction. The next day, he, not harsh at all, just the truth, yeah. I sometimes worry that I'm being too mean, but I also felt like at the time, I really wanted to drill this message across. Because if I was being too, like, friendly or, like, just, like, holding his hands through it all, I feel like that's less likely to invoke change, you know? Difference between having to put someone in their place and being rude mean, yeah. I tried to find a healthy balance there, but, you know, I do my best. That was pretty much our last interaction, and then he said something about, like, I don't know, he just tried to make conversation after that fact, but I didn't respond. I don't think I saw it. Let's take us romantic, oh my god. Oh god. Yeah. Also, like, the other day, this was only a week or 2 ago, but he sent me, like, a chat GPT, like, generated story that he made on there, talking about our snowball fight, and it felt like almost weirdly romantic at the end, and I was like kind of uncomfortable, and that was only a week ago. And obviously he didn't write the story, it was like generated by, but the fact that he felt the need to send that to me, I was like, oh. No, see, I think that was the most mature, adult, and professional way to respond to it. You told him exactly what you're thinking. I think that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Because I never know if I'm coming across too mean or anything, you know? Your first streamer fanfic! Oh my god. Oh god. So that was our last interaction, pretty much. in DMs, and I think he showed up like a little bit after that. He showed up like in the Discord a bit and in the stream. But he probably got the vibe that people were uncomfortable with him, because I did bring this up to mods. Like, I put this in mod chat, and I was like, hey, I just want to let you guys know that this is something I had to confront this person about. So keep an eye out if anything happens. It seems like everything's fine now, and he gets the message, but just keep an eye out. That's basically what I said to mods. But obviously mods are gonna see this and be like, oh, I didn't know this was happening. So probably he got that vibe when he joined, yesterday, or yeah, I think it was yesterday, or no, it was the day before. So he probably got a little bit of that vibe, and maybe that's what prompted him to leave. I don't know why he decided to do what he did. I understand deciding to leave after all of this, and being like, I've made people in here uncomfortable. I think I'm going to leave, and I think I'm gonna reflect on everything. The blocking and banning me from his chat, he banned me off of his chat because he streams too. And he blocked me from pretty much everything, and I have no way to contact him anymore. That is a huge fucking betrayal, and that is, like, tells me that this is not a person who wants to take accountability and move forward, but is instead running away. I just liked him. Yeah. So yeah. Really disappointing stuff. I think the first two, like, felt like okay, because it was just like I didn't really know those people. But him, like, I've helped him with so much, with his Twitter, with his Twitch, with building a following. Literally, like, he almost got to affiliate because of me, because I encouraged my community to go watch his streams, and it got him close to affiliate because he was getting, like, the viewer count and everything. So him just deciding to block me off of everything and cut contact with me just because I was honest with him about the way he was treating the women that I was close to is, like, really just, it just sucks. Scaring the hoes, literally, one his contact ever. But yeah, that's the third one, basically. And I was like, honestly, even after I saw he blocked me, I was like, you know, maybe he'll just decide to come back eventually, and, like, after he takes some time to reflect. But I don't think I really want him in my community anymore. When I saw that he, like, banned me off of everything, he's, like, obviously taking every chance he can to cut contact with me. And he didn't even give me, like, a final message on why he was doing it. He just simply cut contact. So I don't think this is somebody I really want in my community anymore. I already said I got bad vibes, yeah. And he's probably... I want to hope that what I said got through to him. I really do. And that he'll analyze this and stop, you know, trying to do this with other people. But also a part of me just really thinks that it's going to happen again. He's going to join another community. You know? That's the worst part of all of this, but yeah. I don't think this is somebody I want in my community anymore. And let's just consider this is drama month, but we can also consider this a little bit of spring cleaning. You know? I like a little spring cleaning in here. I'm glad it all happened at once instead of a long drawn out thing of, like, people being uncomfortable with certain people and then, you know. Better to happen all, you know, at the same time, so we can just purge the people who we don't want in here. But yeah, that's pretty much the drama. If anyone has questions, anything to add, go ahead. I don't know if I can think of anything else. I feel like I said what I needed to say. I just want to ask you all, because I know we banter and we joke and stuff like that. Just at least for, like, a couple weeks, I want to ask you all to please be chill. I know sometimes, like, a few people, like Snipes and Anthony specifically, can go a little overboard, and they have edgy humor, and, you know, I don't really vibe with edgy humor, but that's their thing. Virgin in here. But I'm just gonna ask you all to like be chill for a bit. You know, we're just gonna try to keep the peace. And eventually we can bring back some friendly banter and roasting, because that's, you know, it's all in good fun. But I just want to keep the vibes for now, at least. Hopefully this is the end of it. I'm hoping this stream can like mark the end of drama month. I just woke up. Oh, Fuzzy, you missed everything. I pretty much went over everything, Fuzzy. But yeah. Fuzzy, you might have to watch the VOD, because I pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. I posted this tweet today because I was just thinking about it. I posted a tweet like, I kind of want to start a podcast highlighting some gender or women and gender non-conforming people in the community, like either voice acting or streaming or both. I said I'm really passionate about uplifting women because everyone I know has been through so much, which is true. So I think it can be really cathartic. I kind of want to do that. Be a good breakfast VOD? Yeah, drama VOD. I'm really passionate about like protecting women and uplifting women and stuff. Especially because I was the president of Women in Gaming at Womencast, yeah, at UC Davis. So in other words, we're postponing our ranking types of women stream for at least a little longer. Yo, what's up, my peeps? Oh my god, Snipes, you missed all the drama talk, too. Snipes missed everything, actually. He wasn't even mod chat, so he doesn't know what's going on. Serious and got nervous? Yeah, I basically went through all the drama, and there was a new one. There was a new one today. So, Snipes, just watch the VOD. I was in school, yeah. I honestly wanted it to be a little earlier and to be less people in chat so I could talk and not be interrupted. But I already covered everything. So what new one? Watch the VOD. Watch the VOD, Snipes. It's like the biggest one, the worst one so far. It's the one I feel the worst about. The other two, I didn't feel so bad. Can you end stream so I can watch? Oh my god, Snipes. No. Snipes, you gotta watch the vlog because we missed the meat of it. Oh goodness. Can't you watch the VOD without? Can we watch together, Fuzzy? You're gonna have a watch party for the drama VOD. This is what I'm saying. If you are unfortunate enough to get into 15 dramas, you gotta do Chili style top 15. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it over breakfast. Hell yeah. Worst? Holy shit. Well, okay, Fuzzy, you're in mod chat, so you'll be able to see it. You didn't talk it there, so you might have just woken up. I wouldn't say like worst. It's just the one I feel worst about. Because I just feel like this one was actually a really big betrayal. Watch while I'm shitting. No name size, so it's about something we both like to make fun of. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying not to name names in here, because I just don't want it to become like a shit talk. Oh, okay. Can somebody delete that message, please? How do I delete it? Fuck. I don't know how to delete a message, to be honest. We need a mod in here. Sorry, I'm gonna time you out just so the message can be deleted. But I'll bring you back right after. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Knight. Thank you. Oh my god. We're really trying not to name names. Snipes. Snipe. No! No, Snipes. Oh my god. Really, Fuzzy? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Snipes, okay, I said this at the end of my rant about the drama, but I'm gonna ask everybody to please be chill, at least for like a couple weeks from now on. I just really want to avoid drama after this. I'm really hoping this can be the end of it. I don't want anything else to happen. So Snipes, I want you to be on your best behavior. Go back to Nepal if you need to go back to Nepal. Do some meditation or something. And I'll ask Anthony too, because I know Anthony can sometimes get a little crazy too. I'll ask you both to just be chill. Perfect. I think Snipe's gonna leave a lid on this. It's gonna be hard for him, but he's done it before. I've seen him do it before. He always reverts back to his ways, but you know. Alright, I think that's it. I know some people want to watch the VOD, so I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm really trying to think if I have anything else to say. Oh, basically, just like from now on, I'm just gonna be a lot more strict about what I allow in this community. I'm gonna, especially with men who join, I'm just gonna be a lot more strict. I'm really not gonna tolerate any weirdness or bad vibes, at all. Starting now. So, if anybody has anybody else that they are even remotely uncomfortable with, or they feel like, you know, is doing something that they shouldn't be, please bring it up with me, and so I can take care of it. I have a tendency to just, like, have bad vibes about somebody, but they're also kind of nice, so I'm like, oh, they're fine. And I just allow them to do whatever. But I'm gonna try not to do that anymore, especially after what we've dealt with. Do I have to leave? No. You're good. So just if anybody's doing something that's uncomfortable, bring it up to me. I'll take care of it. I just want to make sure that this doesn't keep happening. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'm gonna end the stream. So you guys can watch the VOD if you want to. But yeah, hopefully that's the end of Drama Month. I might hang out in the server and play some games a little later. I have to eat first. So if you're interested, I'll be in there. But yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Hopefully we have another drama-free month coming up ahead. No more men. No more men. Goodbye.